This video will demonstrate the process of creating a fair price line using performance and price data as illustrated in this spreadsheet. To do this, we'll need to use Excel, the statistics portion or the data analysis portion, so you'll have to add that in if your particular copy of Excel does not have that add-in in place. To do this, we're going to use performance to predict price in order to get our coefficients. So by selecting data analysis and moving to the regression option, I can select the predicted value, which is price, and I'm including the label, and the predictor in this case will be performance. I'm going to tell the Excel that I have labels in the first row, and I'm going to output right on this sheet so that we keep everything on the same page, and then we will actually do the calculations. Runs quite quickly. What I'm interested in are these coefficients right here, because the intercept represents beta 0 and the performance represents the marginal change, or beta 1. It's the slope. So I'm going to simply copy these two numbers right here for our calculations. I'm going to bring them up and to incorporate them right here. And so this will represent beta 0. I'll spell it out. And the other one will represent beta 1. Now, to create what we're interested in knowing is we're going to use these two values to create our linear equation. And so we'll do that by selecting an arbitrary price that is below our price range, our performance range, and an arbitrary performance number that's above our performance range. So as I look in my list here, I see that 50 is the smallest and 90 is the largest, so I'm going to choose 40 and 100, and that way my fair price line will extend in both directions beyond my data. Once I have this in place, then we're going to create our chart. So my equation will be for the price of 40 and for the price of 100. We're going to, for performance of 40 and performance of 100, we're going to calculate the price value, and that will be equal to the coefficient for slope, which is the 2.22 times, in this case, times price, and we'll add to it the beta 0 value, and that gives us a price value of 134.28. That's a price. So I'll go ahead and format it to remind us of that. We'll do the same thing for the other end of the process, and that's going to be equal to our slope times our performance plus our intercept, beta 0, and that will also give us a upend price or a high-end price. Format that into a dollar amount, and now we're ready to actually create our chart. So we'll select our values here and insert a scatter plot to do our initial work, and there we see our price and our performance being on the x-axis, price being on the y-axis. We see all of our data right there. Now we're needing to add our fair price line in order to make some observations about the various price points. So to do that, I'm going to do select data, which allows me to insert. I'm going to do an add, and we'll just call this fair price, and we'll select the range for the x values, and in this case the range for the x values is G3, G4, and need to correct this right here very quickly. Okay, so our X is our G3. Now let's see if we can continue this. We're going to go ahead and add the data. Again, as I pointed out, we're adding a new series. This will be the fair price line, and our X values are performance, and our Y values are price. And we'll say OK and OK. And so what we have is our fair price line right here. Let me expand it so that it can give us a little better picture. And just for demonstration purposes, let's see if we can do an insert of a line here. Let me pick one. There we go. And I'll simply place a line in there. And now we see that in terms of the fair price line, we see that there are 5 products that fall below that, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 products that fall above that line. And what this tells us is that these products that are down below here have performance, have a performance price ratio that is superior to or better than those that are above. So for instance, here's a point that is a $70 performance and a $180 price, whereas here's a $70 performance but a $230 price. And see, so from a fair price point of view, this particular point here, 70 and 180, essentially says that you're getting more performance for a given price, and that's how we use this particular information.